There is something undeniably powerful about old friendships. They hold memories of youth, laughter, and shared experiences that feel irreplaceable. As the years pass, life moves in different directions, people lose touch, and friendships that once felt unbreakable fade into the background. Then, out of nowhere, an old friend reappears. Through a phone call, a chance encounter, or even a message online. The temptation to reconnect is strong, fueled by nostalgia and the idea that rekindling an old friendship will bring back the warmth and closeness of the past. But what many people fail to consider is that some friendships belong in the past for a reason. Letting certain people back into your life can disrupt the peace you have worked so hard to build, bringing unnecessary drama, unresolved tensions, or even emotional strain. One of the biggest mistakes people make when reconnecting with an old friend is assuming that the person is still the same. It is easy to picture them as they once were, funny, kind, or supportive, but time changes people, and not always for the better. The friend who once had your back may now be someone who drains your energy or brings negativity into your life. People grow in different directions, and just because there was once a deep connection does not mean it still exists today. Some friendships evolve naturally over time, while others become stagnant or even toxic. Holding on to the past and assuming that an old friend will fit into your present life can lead to disappointment, frustration, or even heartache. Another thing to consider is that some old friends bring back emotional baggage that you have long since let go of. They may remind you of a difficult time in your life, stir up old conflicts, or bring unresolved issues to the surface. There is a reason certain friendships ended, and even if the parting was not dramatic, it may have been necessary. Revisiting a relationship that caused stress, frustration, or sadness can reopen wounds that were once healed. If reconnecting with someone brings up more pain than joy, it may not be worth reopening that door. There is also the reality that some people never truly change. While it is tempting to believe that an old friend has grown, matured, or become a better version of themselves, that is not always the case. Some people remain stuck in the same patterns, bringing the same toxic behaviors back into your life the moment they return. Whether it is gossip, jealousy, manipulation, or self-centeredness, certain personality traits do not disappear with time. If an old friend once took advantage of your kindness, made you feel small, or brought unnecessary stress into your life, there is a strong chance they will do it again. Another risk of letting old friends back in is the disruption of the life you have carefully built. As people age, priorities shift, and peace becomes one of the most valuable things a person can have. It takes years to build a life that feels balanced, fulfilling, and free of unnecessary drama. Allowing someone back in who does not respect that balance can be unsettling. Some old friends may have different values, unhealthy habits, or a way of thinking that no longer aligns with the person you have become. If their presence threatens the harmony in your life, it may not be worth the risk of rekindling the friendship. It is also important to recognize that not all friendships are meant to last forever. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season, teaching lessons, sharing experiences, and then moving on. Forcing a connection that no longer fits can feel unnatural and exhausting. A friendship that once brought joy can quickly feel like an obligation if the connection no longer serves both people equally. There is nothing wrong with cherishing the past, while also accepting that some relationships are not meant to be revisited. One of the hardest things about aging is learning to let go of what no longer serves you. It is natural to crave familiarity, to want to hold on to the past, and to seek comfort in people who once played an important role in your life. But not all relationships are meant to be revived. Sometimes, the best thing you can do for yourself is to appreciate the memories, wish an old friend well, and continue moving forward. Letting go does not mean you do not care. It means you value your own peace and happiness enough to protect it. Some people may argue that rekindling old friendships can be a beautiful experience, and in some cases, that is true. There are friendships that stand the test of time, friendships that can be revived with ease, and friendships that bring nothing but warmth and joy. But those are the exceptions, not the rule. If an old friend reaches out and you feel a sense of dread, hesitation, or unease, that is your intuition telling you something important. Listening to that voice and trusting yourself can save you from unnecessary hurt, disappointment, or stress. The reality is that life is too short to surround yourself with people who do not bring you peace. As you get older, your time and energy become even more valuable, and spending them on people who do not genuinely enrich your life is a choice that should be made carefully. While nostalgia can be powerful, it is not always a good reason to invite someone back into your world. Some friendships are better left in the past, where they belong. Growth means knowing when to walk away, when to hold on, and when to let go. It means recognizing that just because someone was once important to you does not mean they need to be part of your future. The best relationships are the ones that add to your life, not the ones that make you question your worth, drain your energy, or bring back old wounds. Choosing to move forward without certain people is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of self-respect. Not every door needs to be reopened, and not every friendship is worth reviving. The past has its place, but the present is where your happiness truly lives. One of the biggest mistakes people make when reconnecting with old friends is assuming that history alone is enough to maintain a relationship. Just because someone was once a big part of your life does not mean they should automatically be given a place in it again. People change in unexpected ways, and sometimes those changes lead to completely different values, priorities, and lifestyles. A friendship that once felt like home may now feel foreign, even forced. It is important to recognize when a connection no longer fits, and to accept that not all relationships are meant to last forever. Many seniors feel a strong sense of obligation when an old friend reappears, as if they owe it to the past to pick up where they left off. But that sense of duty often ignores the reality of the situation. If reconnecting feels more like a chore than a joy, that is a sign that the friendship is no longer serving you. Friendship should be mutual, bringing equal fulfillment to both people. If you find yourself constantly making an effort while the other person contributes little, or if the relationship starts to feel one-sided, it may be a sign that the connection is not worth reviving. Some old friends resurface only when they need something. It could be financial help, emotional support, or simply a distraction from their own struggles. While it is natural to want to help someone you once cared about, it is important to recognize when a friendship is based on convenience rather than genuine connection. If an old friend only reaches out when they are in trouble but disappears when you need support, that is a clear sign that the relationship is not healthy. True friendship is built on mutual respect and care, not on one person constantly giving while the other takes. Another difficult reality is that some old friends bring toxic behaviors back into your life. Maybe they were always negative, always complaining, or always stirring up drama. Or perhaps they made you feel small, dismissed your feelings, or took advantage of your kindness. Time does not always change these traits. Some people remain stuck in unhealthy patterns, and letting them back into your life can reopen wounds that were once healed. Protecting your peace means recognizing when someone's presence brings more harm than good. It is okay to wish them well from a distance without allowing them back into your inner world. One of the most overlooked risks of reconnecting with old friends is how it can affect your current relationships. The people you have built connections with in recent years, whether it's a new circle of friends, family members, or even a significant other, may not fit into the dynamic of an old friendship. Some past friends may not respect your current lifestyle or the choices you have made. They may bring up past habits or behaviors that you have outgrown, making you feel like you are being pulled back into an earlier version of yourself. Growth means moving forward, and sometimes old friendships can hold you back in ways that are not immediately obvious. Another reality is that time apart often means growing apart. The experiences that shaped you in recent years may be completely different from those of your old friend. Your perspectives, interests, and even your outlook on life may no longer align. This can make conversations feel forced, as if you are speaking to someone who does not truly understand who you are anymore. It is not uncommon to realize that while you once shared so much, you now have little in common. It is okay to acknowledge that the friendship had its time and place, but no longer fits into the present. There is also a risk of falling into nostalgia and confusing it with genuine connection. Memories have a way of making the past seem sweeter than it actually was. When an old friend reaches out, it is easy to romanticize the relationship, remembering only the good times while forgetting the reasons you drifted apart in the first place. But nostalgia is not always an accurate reflection of reality. What may seem like a perfect friendship in memory may have been filled with complications, hurt feelings, or misunderstandings that were never fully resolved. Reconnecting without addressing past issues can lead to disappointment when the reality does not match the expectation. Letting go of old friendships does not mean forgetting the good times. It is possible to cherish the memories without feeling the need to recreate them. Some relationships are meant to live in the past, serving as reminders of different chapters in life. There is no need to force a friendship that no longer fits simply because of shared history. Growth often means knowing when to hold on and when to let go. That said, not every old friendship is doomed to fail. Some are worth rekindling, especially if both people have grown in ways that complement each other. But the key is to approach it with awareness. Pay attention to how you feel when you interact with this person. Do you feel happy, supported, and at ease? Or do you feel drained, anxious, or obligated? Your emotions will tell you everything you need to know. If reconnecting with an old friend enriches your life, then by all means, welcome them back. But if their presence disrupts your peace, there is no shame in walking away. The most important thing to remember is that your well-being comes first. As you get older, your time and energy become even more valuable, and it is important to spend them on people who genuinely bring positivity into your life. Surround yourself with those who uplift, encourage, and appreciate you, not those who bring unnecessary stress, drama, or negativity. Letting go is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of self-care. Not every friendship is meant to last forever, and that is perfectly okay. Some people enter your life for a season, and their purpose is to teach, support, or accompany you for a certain period. Holding on to something that no longer serves you can do more harm than good. The past has its place, but your present and future deserve to be filled with relationships that truly align with who you are today. Moving forward does not mean forgetting. It means making room for better things ahead. Letting go of old friendships is not about shutting people out or holding on to bitterness. It is about protecting your peace, recognizing when a connection no longer serves you, and allowing yourself to move forward without guilt. As you get older, the value of your time and emotional energy becomes clearer. There is no need to waste either on relationships that no longer bring joy, comfort, or fulfillment. It can be difficult to admit that a friendship that once meant so much no longer fits into your life. But accepting this truth can bring a deep sense of relief and freedom. Many people hold on to old friendships out of a sense of loyalty, believing that the length of a relationship is what makes it meaningful. But time alone does not define the worth of a friendship. How it makes you feel does. Some friendships last for decades and continue to grow stronger, while others fade and lose their meaning. Holding on to a connection simply because of the past is not enough. The question to ask is not, how long have we been friends? But rather, how does this friendship make me feel today? If the answer is anything other than supported, happy, and valued, then it may be time to let go. One of the most powerful lessons that come with aging is learning how to prioritize emotional well-being. In younger years, it is common to tolerate relationships that drain energy, cause stress, or feel one-sided. But as time goes on, the importance of surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people becomes undeniable. A healthy friendship should feel like a safe place, a source of encouragement, and a space where you can be yourself without fear or judgment. If an old friend brings negativity, drama, or discomfort into your life, it is not unkind to walk away. It is necessary. There is also the reality that some friendships prevent growth. An old friend may hold on to a version of you that no longer exists, making it difficult for you to evolve. They may remind you of past struggles, reinforce outdated habits, or discourage you from embracing the person you have become. Growth requires space, and sometimes that means leaving behind relationships that keep you rooted in the past rather than moving forward. Choosing to let go of an old friendship is not a rejection of the past. It is an acceptance of the present and an investment in the future. There may be moments when nostalgia tempts you to reconnect, especially during times of loneliness. It is easy to believe that rekindling an old friendship will bring back a lost sense of belonging or comfort. But it is important to remember that the past cannot be recreated exactly as it was. People change, circumstances evolve, and the dynamics that once worked may no longer be the same. Instead of looking backward for fulfillment, the key is to seek meaningful relationships in the present, ones that align with who you are today. Some friendships fade naturally, and when they do, it is best to let them go with gratitude rather than regret. Not every connection is meant to last a lifetime, and that does not make it any less valuable. Cherishing the good moments, appreciating the lessons learned, and recognizing the role that person played in your life is enough. There is no need to force a relationship to continue when it no longer brings joy. Letting go with grace allows you to move forward without resentment, carrying only the good memories with you. Walking away from an old friendship does not have to be dramatic or painful. It does not require a confrontation or a long explanation. Sometimes, it is as simple as allowing space to grow naturally, declining invitations that do not feel right, or gently distancing yourself from interactions that bring more stress than happiness. Over time, relationships that are not meant to last will fade on their own, making room for new and healthier connections to take their place. Letting go of certain friendships also creates space for people who truly align with your life now. When you remove relationships that no longer serve you, you open the door for new friendships that bring positivity, joy, and mutual support. It may seem daunting at first, but it is far better to have a few meaningful connections than a large number of relationships that no longer feel fulfilling. Quality always matters more than quantity when it comes to friendship. The most important thing to remember is that prioritizing your own happiness is not selfish. It is necessary. You have spent years building a life that reflects your values, your growth, and your peace. Allowing an old friend back in who disrupts that balance is not worth the cost. True friends support your journey, respect your boundaries, and bring light into your life. If an old friendship does not do that, then walking away is not a loss. It is a step toward greater fulfillment. Aging is a time of reflection, but it is also a time of choosing what to carry forward. The past will always be a part of you, but it does not have to dictate your future. Some friendships are best left as fond memories, allowing you to move forward with a heart full of gratitude rather than regret. Choosing peace over familiarity, growth over obligation, and happiness over nostalgia is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Not all friendships are meant to last forever, and that is perfectly okay. The most important relationship you have is the one with yourself, and protecting your well-being is always the right choice.